Welcome back to the AutoNsider, where you come to find out what's new, what's hot, and what's not in the automotive industry. This week we have this brand new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Now I know we're here in the rock pit, but that's just for show. This vehicle does much better on the road than it does out here. Well, we took a trip from Atlanta to 30A in Florida, about 500 miles round trip, 6 people and all of our luggage. Let's see how this Grand Cherokee holds up to a party of 6. It's important to point out that the Grand Cherokee comes in 8 different variations in the 3-row makeup. You can get everything from a Laredo that starts around $40,000 to the Reserve Summit that starts at $70,000. So you can imagine, in that span, there are a lot of things to be added and removed. We'll talk specifically about the Laredo, which is the entry-level version of the Grand Cherokee, if there is such a thing as an entry-level Grand Cherokee. We did previously do a review on the Summit Reserve, and we were blown away by all the technology and the luxury. So this Laredo, it's got a lot to prove for my family in this 6-day road trip. And I do mean luxury and technology. Everything from massaging seats to intuitive hands-free driving and cabin view so that you can see the little ones on the trip. But the thing that really blew us away with the Summit Reserve was this night vision. But that's all water under the bridge now. Just like the water under this bridge headed over to the Gulf Coast at 38 for our summer vacation. And while from the profile, it looks big enough for whatever you might need, and it looks a little bit promising behind this 3rd row. There was even some underfloor storage. But the reality was, when it came time to load it up with all of our goods, there was very little place for these bags to go, and very little place for these people, for that matter. Surprisingly, Jeep has done a really good job making this 6-passenger, long wheelbase SUV feel really manageable around town. Now that we're back in the city, off the road, this is where the rubber meets the road, as people say. How does this vehicle handle in my day-to-day life? And driving around in city streets here in Atlanta, you know, our streets are terrible here. It's very infamous for that. The Jeep doesn't smooth them away, but when you hit these bumps, there's a real solid feel to this Grand Cherokee. Gives you a bit of security, and it's fairly nimble for a vehicle of this size, so it doesn't feel cumbersome. I don't feel bothered at trying to navigate city traffic. So it meets the roadworthiness for the road trip. It was great as far as range is on fuel. Acceleration was great. Could have had a little more leg room again, but it was plenty of leg room for teenagers, and just could have had a little more cargo capacity. But there are not very many vehicles you're going to find in this price range, in the $50,000 price range, 3-row, 6-passenger, and possible 7-passenger if you do the bench seat here on the 2nd row. It's going to be really hard to find any vehicle that's going to be able to handle the capacity of the cargo luggage for 6 or 7 people. I would certainly get the tow hitch or roof racks just so you could take the extra luggage and cargo when you head off on your week-long vacation. Now to all the things that it does right. It's hard to believe that Jeep could actually call this the entry-level version. All this technology, multiple USB charging ports. Nobody had any complaints about the ability to charge. 2nd row, climate control. 2nd and 3rd row passengers have their own AC and USB charging ports for every seat in the Jeep. Easy access to that 3rd row, as well as adjustable 2nd row seats. And whenever we talk about SUVs, we always point out the configurability of the cargo area. 3rd row can fold flat into the floor, and those 2nd row seats can be adjusted to accommodate odd-shaped items. Or maybe you just have 2 kids and you want to have more cargo capacity for more luggage. One of those 3rd row seats folds flat into the floor, and it should make for plenty of cargo capacity for another one of these road trips.
Thanks for watching. That's all the time we have this week on the Auto Insider. But for more of what's new, what's hot, and what's not, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and download the SoundCloud app and listen to all of our reviews in their entirety. The 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Is it hot or is it not? Aside from the fact that there's not enough cargo space behind that third row for 6 people's luggage, it's a pretty nice vehicle. All you gotta do is get you one of those roof racks and put your luggage up there, and there's plenty of room in here for everyone. Sound system was great. We made it all the way down there on 1 tank of gas, no need to stop. It's what I call a family trip vehicle. Now, why it doesn't perform out here in my rock pit, that's okay. Jeep has enough vehicles to satisfy your off-road desires. But this 4x4 works well and is good for all of your regular, everyday drives. Till next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.